All right, y'all. Let's get straight into it. How I got my penthouse, right? Let's go back to the beginning. My first crib, I got that when I was 19. If you interested, the video is on my channel. This isn't the video, but it's on my channel. You can go on my channel and see all about that. I took that stuff. I got on apartments.com. I was looking at the apartments on there. I filtered that shit from cheapest to most expensive. Literally, like, that's what I did. And I was looking for the best bang for your buck. Like, not a shithole or some place in the ghetto. Don't get me wrong, that's exactly what it was. Like, it was a very, very shitty apartment, y'all. Like, it wasn't nice at all by any means. The area was really sketchy too. Very sketchy. It was like a gas station right in front of the building, so it was hella homeless people. It was bad. Don't get me wrong, it was worth every dollar. It was a $1,100 apartment, and it felt just like that. Yeah, I got on apartments.com. I reached out to the leasing manager, scheduled a tour, scheduled a time to come talk to her. I did the credit application. It was like $50. Got approved with the minimum deposit. It was like $1,700 to move into the unit. I paid that. I moved into it. But this is where they got me, right? I didn't read that fine print, you know? I didn't read that fine print. I just seen $1,150 and thought, okay, well, I'm gonna be paying $1,150 a month. Nah. Your base rent, that's the base amount that you're gonna have to pay every month. What they don't include is utilities, parking if you have to pay for that, Wi-Fi, and just them three alone. Like, just them three alone could add up so much that you will be looking at that base rent thinking you afford it, and then an extra $200-300 get added on, and it's like, fuck, bro. Like, that's a whole game. That's different. Like, if I would have knew that from the jump, I probably wouldn't have signed this lease. That $1,150 turned into like $1,270 that second month, then $1,400, and then $1,500 because it was in the midst of winter, y'all. Like, I moved in December 2nd. The video was dropped like December 13th, something like that. It was cold, man. It was cold. It was snowing, so I got the heat running. They charging me for this shit, you know? And I'm getting charged for the usage, not the square unit. Here, I get charged for the square footage is what I get charged for here. There, it was for the usage. So the more that I use my utilities, the more I flushed my toilet, took showers, ran water, ran my heater, all of that, I had to pay for it at the end of the month. And it went so bad for me, so fast. So bad. Like, I'm spending every dollar that I have. Between my car note, insurance, and that rent, I had nothing left at the end of the month. I had nothing but money to eat. And I scraped by. I think that lease was like 8 months long. Bro, I scraped by. Barely got out of that shit. And by the time I was out of it, I was so behind because I was putting all my money into the apartment, my car, my insurance. I gotta eat, bro. I can't even get fly, my nigga. Like, I can't even go buy an outfit and get fly. I can't take a trip. I can't do shit, you know? Number one thing I learned, always read the fine print, bro. When you get in that apartment, that base rent is not the say so be all. It's always something extra that come with that shit. A lot of the times, they'll have the total included. But if you go on apartments.com right now, a lot of the units will have the total monthly cost on there. So you will know how much you're paying per month, and that's what you want to look for when you get in your first apartment. The second thing I want to talk about is your budget, bro. Budget is so important. It's so important. Don't go move into something that you can't afford. Just don't do it, because you're going to end up like me. You're going to be so behind all the time, bro. You're going to be late on rent here and there. Then them late fees add up, and that should just pile up, and you just stressed out all the time. You don't want that. Budget plays a big role in finding the place that you want to live. And also credit. Credit plays a factor too. Not that much if you're new into renting. Like, if you're young, 18, 19 years old, and you're looking to get your first apartment, even if you got a 700 credit score, it's gonna be harder for you to get approved for something like this, just because you have no rental history for them to go off of. I still have my unit downstairs. I lived in that unit for 2 years. I lived in my last apartment. No, I lived in that unit for 3 years, and I lived in my last apartment for 2 years. So just that alone, like, was more than enough for me to get in. with the minimum deposit. And my credit, it isn't a 700. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have this perfect credit score. I don't have hella capital sitting around, but I do know how to manage my finances and make things happen. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key. That's the key to surviving. Sometimes you gotta survive, right? And that survival will turn into you thriving. And right now, y'all seeing the fruits of my labor. Y'all see me thriving. Y'all didn't see me in survival mode. Once I moved out of that crib, I went back home to Alabama for a while just to get my mind right, because I ended up getting fired from my job and I lost my car. Everything just went bad. Everything that could have went bad, went bad. I came back to Nevada. I stayed out in the desert with my uncle for a while. That shit wasn't it. I was like, nah, I can't do this. Yeah, it was just a whole lot of BS going on. So I was like, all right, time for me to make a move again. Time for me to get back out here and get another crib. I ended up getting my car back. And like I always say, I said this in the last video, when I lived out in Sun Valley in my first crib, I would always get on the highway and on my way to work, I would see this building and be like, bro, I gotta live there one day. And I finally did it. All glory to God, I finally did it. But that's besides the point. I was like, fuck it. One day I was like, fuck it. I was out in the desert. Once again, I got on apartments.com. I'm scrolling, the deco pop up. Click on it, schedule a tour. I didn't even know what they had available. Didn't even know they had units available. I had like 4 other tours scheduled for this day, by the way, because I was going to turn this to a YouTube video. But I came here, talked to the leasing agent, and she was hella cool. She took me on a tour of my 9th floor unit, and I was like, yeah, I gotta have it. I don't even need to see the other apartments that I was looking at. Like, fuck that, it's cool. I'm gonna take this one. So I told her, like, I want it. So I went and did my application, got approved for my application. Then I went and put down my holding fee. And I was supposed to move in. I don't remember the exact day that I was supposed to move in. I want to say it was like February something that I was supposed to move in, but I ended up getting here quicker because I couldn't tolerate living with my family no more, bro. Like, living with people, I can't do it. I'm like, hey, I need to move in right now. I got the money for the deposit and the first month rent. Can I have it? They was like, yep, cool. Came through, put it down, and I was in that apartment ever since then. During my time in my 9th floor unit downstairs, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself and just how the world works, you know what I'm saying? So that was my time for growth. I just did as much as I can to grow. And while I was down there, I learned different ways to make money too, like little side businesses, day trading, along with my full-time job, just to keep income coming in at all times so I'll never be in the predicament that I was in my first apartment. That shit paid off so well, y'all. Like, I thank myself all the time for that. I applied for this apartment in March and I got approved the same day without a job. But I still had money coming in from my other streams of income, right? And I was able to prove that to the people downstairs, and they was like, yeah, cool, we got you. It ain't nothing but a transfer anyway. That's another piece of advice that I'm gonna give to y'all. It's not gonna be easy, but please learn how to make money more than one way, because that's gonna be so essential to living out on your own, because one stream of income is not enough. You know, if you got a partner and y'all both got a job and y'all both handling the bills and taking care of each other, that's different. But if you out on your own, bro, it's gonna be hard for you to try to thrive alone, because you're gonna have to pay most likely $1,600, $1,700 in rent. If you got a car note, that's gonna be $300 to $400 on top of insurance. We just gonna say in total $500. You gotta pay for gas, you gotta eat, you gonna wanna do certain little cool shit here and there. It adds up quick, man. Just bills alone gonna eat up, I would say, 80% of your check. Yeah, it gets rough. So I would suggest learning another stream of income. I don't care what it is. I'm not even finna try to give y'all no advice on what that should be, because everyone is different. You know what I'm saying? Also find hobbies. For me, it was YouTube. All of my achievements, I vlog it and I put it on YouTube. By me doing that, that's how I was able to get in the penthouse. You know what I'm saying? Just from learning from my mistakes and growing as a man. Like, all right, the first crib, I didn't read that fine print, right? I didn't read that fine print and it put me in a pickle because I couldn't afford that shit. So in the second crib, I'm gonna read that fine print. I'm finna find out everything that comes with this monthly total, and I'm gonna make a way to afford it. Fuck being like you can't afford it. Be like, how can I afford it? So that was my second approach to when I got my high rise on the ninth floor. That just came from me living and learning. But I'm here to tell y'all, life is interesting. It is. It's very interesting. And the only thing we could really do is learn from it, you know? It's okay to make mistakes. It's nothing wrong with making mistakes. I highly recommend making mistakes, because if you don't make that mistake, you can't learn from it, right? So just remember that. When you out here, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be pretty. I only post the good. I don't really show y'all the bad, but it was a lot of bad. Trust me, it was a lot of bad. My route here wasn't easy at all. It was very fucking bumpy. And it's still only the beginning, y'all. I want y'all to know that too. I've been lagging with the uploads and very inconsistent, but I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back and I'm here to grow this channel to the fucking moon. You know, I see mad potential with this channel, and we gonna get exactly where we wanna go. Next video, I'm gonna break down how I afford my penthouse, those streams of incomes that I have coming in, and overall how much it costs to maintain something like this and to maintain my lifestyle in general. Like I said, I don't work a job. I don't have a job. So that's what we're gonna talk about next video, but I just wanted to tell y'all the backstory on how I got to here. And that's just me learning from my mistakes. But take what I said in this video and apply it. If you're looking to get that first crib, do it. I'm never gonna tell you not to. Never gonna tell you not to. Do it, get out there and try. Handle your business, you know what I'm saying? Handle your business, make that shit happen, bro. Remember, it's not I can't afford it, it's how can I afford it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Like I said, in the next video, I'm gonna talk about how much it costs to maintain something like this and how I'm able to afford something like this and how maybe that could work out for you too. I'm not finna promise anything, but I'm gonna give y'all some sauce on how I afford this shit and how I afford my lifestyle in general without a job. Because I feel like freedom, man, and time is something that you can't buy. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Until the next video, I'm gonna see y'all boys, man. Peace out.